Alright guys, I'm finishing up my brows right now. Today, we're going to focus on really smooth foundation. Obviously, skincare plays a huge role in that. So make sure that you check out my skincare routines on my YouTube channel. And remember that I have normal to dry skin. So this foundation routine that I'm going to show you is going to be for a normal to dry skin. And if you want, believe it or not, everything I have on my face right now is what I used in my last little mini tutorial that I just posted on my page. So all of that Kylie skin is what is on my face right now. And look at that. It just gets me. It really just gets me. So always do your full skincare routine before you start on your foundation. That's what I'm trying to say. It's just going to make a huge, huge difference. And while I'm finishing my brows, if you want to go see what I used, go check it out. But remember, skincare first. Okay, I did my eyes off camera. If you check my saved highlights, I have a similar look where I did how to blend, but this focus today is just going to be on foundation and making sure that it's perfectly smooth. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of tap underneath here to make sure that we don't have any fallout or anything underneath our eyes. When we go to put on our concealer, we could have a mess. So this is a big reason why I always do my eyeshadow first. If you do your eyeshadow after, you can have fallout, and it could go into your foundation, it could go into your concealer and just turn very muddy, and it just never, ever, ever works out for me, ever. So I always clean out underneath my eyes before I start primer or anything. So I'm gonna start with my favorite primer. I would say that this is a very universal primer, believe it or not. It's actually called Stay Matte, but even though I have normal to dry skin, it still works amazing. So if you have oily skin, this is it. Combination, this is it. This is a really amazing product. I love it. I think I use it almost every day. I have to stop myself from using it. I am obsessed. And not only that, I've had this bottle forever. If you follow me and you know that I use this every day, yes, this is still that same bottle. If you just do like this, it just keeps coming out. And once we get it really nice through the center, then we'll start to blend it out and upwards. You can use the same technique with your hands. You don't have to have a brush. I just really enjoy brushes, and I do think that they distribute it a little more even. Okay, here's a really good tip. Now that we have our primer on, I'm going to let it sit and sink in for at least 2 minutes. Wild, I know, but it has to have time to really sit there and warm up on the skin. That way it can actually work and make your foundation. Now remember, I am normal to dry, so we're going to be using a foundation that's better for normal to dry skin today. I'll list a few here of my favorites for oily skin and then a few for normal and dry skin, but I'm not sure which one I'm going to use, but I'm just going to leave like a little list here of the ones that I like. All right, I'm going to grab this foundation. Now, I didn't list this one because I knew I was going to use it. I'm really getting into this foundation. I've been using it now probably about 3 months, and it's the Smith & Cult Veld Threat Foundation. I love it. Remember, normal to dry skin, but it just goes on so smooth. And I would say that you could even get away with wearing this if you're combination skin, because if you set it, it's just going to be really great. It is a little too dewy for oily skin types. This one just always looks like skin, but then gives you a really nice even coverage. I love it. So what I always do, I use 2 pumps of this, and I'm just going to let it warm up on the back of my hand. Yes, you can let this warm up on your face, but the reason I put it on the back of my hand is so I don't use too much. If I was to put this all on my face, I would have to put all of this onto my face. So that's one of the reasons that I always put it on the back of my hand. That way we don't use too much foundation. We only use what we need. You would just be surprised how much foundation we put on that we don't actually need. Foundation is just meant to kind of even things out, not completely cover and conceal. That's why we come back with concealer. So I'm going to use this foundation brush. This is new for me. I've used it one time and I really, really liked it. It's from Anissa Beauty as well. It's called the Pinnacle Foundation Brush, and you can see it's domed. See the shape of it? I'm really liking it. It's very soft and it really just worked the foundation into my skin really nicely. Okay, so we're just going to go right into a little bit. I want to even show you this. Look how I do this. And then I kind of work it all around the brush. And then I'll tap. And then I'll start to just do some circular motions. Look how pretty that is already. And I always work in sections when I'm working my foundation in. So I don't just start over here and then come over here. I'll really work it in. And I take my time with it. Look how pretty. And it just looks like skin, but better. And this technique works for everyone. Definitely try this. And I can't stress it enough how long I work foundation in. And then I even go back over it with the sponge. We'll get to that. We're gonna move to the forehead. I haven't picked up any more product. I use such a small amount on my forehead because you just don't need that much on your forehead. And I feel when you have a lot of foundation on your forehead, it's the first place that you notice that you have foundation on. Because remember, our cheeks can handle so much more product, but our forehead and then through here, through the center of our face, they just can't hold as much. So that's why I even start on my cheeks and then I blend out from there and outwards. And I don't even go through here with this brush. It's too big. We'll get to that in a second as well. But for right now, just make sure that you're working in and blending out your foundation. And also don't forget. Now, if you notice, I have it moved over here. I'm just going to pick up some more on my brush, move it around on my hand. And we're just going to start to do this side as well. Remember, we put most of it on our cheeks. And then from there, we blend your neck. Just a little bit on the neck. I'm going to grab this Anissa little concealer brush. It's called the Angle Concealer, and I'm going into the foundation, but look, I'm going into the thinnest part over here. Look how much foundation's still on my hand. We're all using too much. We don't need what we think. So we're going to take this brush right through here. I'm going to wipe it off because that might be too much to come in over here. And I'm just going to lightly tap it, and then I'm even going to tap it through here. I have so little on my brush right now, guys. Please don't go in here with too much foundation. You could mess up everything, your eyebrows, your eyeshadow. But I'm just going to start to tap and blend upwards. And blend this around my brows. And then I'll even take it down through here and right through there. Now I'm going to grab my favorite face sponge in the history of face sponges. This is the 𝗕𝗘𝗧𝗬 The Velvet Sponge, code ROSE for a discount. It doesn't absorb your foundation, and it's just so large that it can cover so much and just make it look so seamless. So it's been my favorite now for quite some time, and they were awesome enough to give me a discount code for you guys, so make sure you take advantage of that. Now I'm just going to take just a little bit more of the foundation that's on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to put a little extra on my cheeks. My cheeks tend to get a little bit rosy. Maybe that's because that's my name. Thanks, Mom. No, but I just always like to put a little extra. Now, whatever's left, I'm just kind of going over and making sure that we don't have any brush streaks and our foundation is worked in. Going to my favorite part, which is concealer. I'm going to grab my Kylie concealer. I have been buying and using this for absolutely so many years. How many? 2 years now. It's been at least 2 years that I've been using Kylie concealer. It's still my absolute favorite. It's so skin-like. It's so pigmented. So compared to other concealers that I've used, this one just melts into your skin and it has more pigment than product. And when I say that, think Shape Tape. It's a very thick, very heavy concealer without as much pigment. This one is so thin and so skin-like with more pigment, and that's what I look for in a concealer. You want it to be very thin, but have a whole lot of color impact. So the reason I use 2 of the concealers is because I use one as a color corrector. This one is going to get rid of dark circles. Do you see how peachy that is? And then I use one that is just my actual highlight / concealer shade. I don't use very white concealers underneath the eye. It doesn't do the right effect in person. It's very pretty on camera. It's very pretty in videos. But for day to day, when you're standing right here, it's not going to look good. It's not going to cancel shadows. It's not going to be cute. So that's why I use my actual concealer shade about 1.5 shades lighter than my foundation. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with Gypsum. Gypsum is the one that is my actual concealer shade. Now, it doesn't matter what order you put these in. Gypsum is just the first one I grabbed. I'm not going to use that much today. We don't need that much. Our foundation went on so nice that we don't need as much. So we're just going to put it right there. I'm going to put it here just to highlight, just a little. Look how little I use. through here. And then of course the Cupid's bow, and then my chin. So as you can see, this isn't that light of a concealer. It's not white, and it's not going to brighten the way you would think. You think brighten, you think white. Don't do that. You're just going to have shadows, and it's just going to cast more shadows. So now we're going to grab Himalaya, and this is going to cancel out shadows. I would say light to medium dark can use this as a color corrector. So I like to cancel out shadows right here. And then on the sides of the mouth, you'd be surprised the shadows that are there. So this is the only place that we're going to put Himalaya, and you can see how little we used of it, because remember, it's not my foundation shade, it's not my concealer shade, it's a corrector shade. And this is a very good way to use a corrector if you're not used to using one, because they can get very overwhelming just to grab orange and go in and correct dark circles. You can really overdo it. So if you grab a peachy concealer, it's so much easier. I'm going to grab a damp blender. I always use a damp blender because it's just going to melt it in and it's not going to absorb your product. And we're just going to start to work this in. Look at that already. Just gets me, y'all. And then watch this blend together. And then I love this blender because it can fit right here so beautifully. And then we'll just start to bring it out this way. Do you see how it brightens without being too white underneath your eye? And then we'll grab our pink powder, and then it'll cancel out shadows even more. Look how smooth. Look at this under eye. There you go. I just want to get you all the way in. And I love this concealer because it doesn't set too fast. You have to really set it. Sometimes they'll dry and then you'll be left with creases because it dried in the creases, but Kylie Concealer never does that. So we'll go back to our concealer brush for here. I've been doing this because I'm just really careful with the front of my brows. I don't want to take any of that product off. So I'll just kind of work it around here and then down through my nose. And then once I have it up higher, I can just go back in with the sponge. I'm going to grab my Kylie Soft Pink Powder, and the reason I use pink is because it cancels shadows even further. So you'll see that this looks so much better with the concealer, but I can still see a few shadows that I know I can cancel with the pink powder. So I'm going to take my damp blender, and I'm going to go right into the powder. And you see that? I'm going to roll that on the back of my hand to make sure it's just evenly distributed here on my blender. I'm going to look up and I'm going to press. Now, ideally, I do not want to bake. I want to just press this powder in until it disappears. Look at that shadow already gone. Do you see the difference? Wild. We're only pressing the pink powder underneath our eyes, and we want to just work it in until it completely disappears. We're not baking. I don't like baking if I don't have to. So just take it all the way over here. And I'm just picking up whatever's left on the back of my hand. And we'll do the same over here. So I'm not going to get into contouring because I want this to be all about this. I'm going to do contour and all of that in a separate video. So I'm going to do that off camera because I have some really good tips on that. But this is all about just getting your foundation and concealer very smooth. So I just did all of my contour, but I'm going to show you the powder that I set the rest of my face with is this 𝗕𝗘𝗧𝗬𝗏 setting powder in the shade medium, and you just swirl them all together. And then I'll just kind of tap that everywhere else. I love this powder. You can't even see that it's there. And then this is an Esom X51, which is my favorite brush for powder. Okay, so we're not going to do highlighter, but I am going to show you my favorite setting spray. I really haven't been wearing highlighter, but when I do my highlight and contour video, which I will probably do this week, but I think tomorrow we'll do another eye look. I'm really trying to do these in-depth tutorials instead of just doing the eye, all of that. So maybe we'll do one on matching foundation and finding your color. That sounds hard, but it sounds like I could do it. And it sounds like we need it. Okay, but today, and I think I'm going to go back to using my setting sprays, but honestly, no matter what, through the years, through all of the setting sprays that I have used, Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day is #1, y'all. Now remember, this one is going to be good for all skin types. It's so good. It's so, so good. Don't forget, you can use my code ROSE for a discount on this as well. And my favorite scent is coconut. All right, let's douse ourselves in this. Oh, I've missed it. All right, guys, we're all done. Here's my lighting, no filter. Look how smooth. Woo, look at them under eyes. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. Tomorrow, I think we're just gonna do a lip tutorial because you guys have been asking me how I do the liner and how I make them look bigger. So we'll do that on here. And then during the middle of the week, we'll do how to find your foundation shade and how I find it. I can't find it for you, but I can show you exactly how I found mine and all the trial and error that I went through. So stay tuned. Tell your friends that that's gonna be next. Everyone's gonna wanna see this one. You're gonna wanna see it. Tell everyone.